Bitcoin hit $94,000. We're just a little bit below that at 93,690 at this point in time. Now, that is great, but is this a continuation of the bullish trend that'll take us to new all-time highs, or is this a trap and will we reject and continue lower? Let's take a look at the charts, what those are telling us. So, in front of us, we have the weekly chart here of Bitcoin. The 50 moving average is here in blue. And as you can see here with the red arrows, this has been our bull market technical support since January of 2023. You can see we came close to touching it in September 2023, rocketed higher, traded sideways for a few months, touched it in September of 2024, rocketed higher when Donald Trump won the elections in November. And since then we dropped back down and we retouched it. We even poked below it a little bit intra-week, but we did not close below it. A weekly close below this average, and I've been saying this for years, would mean a technical confirmation and likely a new bear market. As long as this holds, as long as the price is above it, then we are still technically in a bullish trend. And as you can see, history proves that buying the 50-week moving average, or when the price gets close to it, in a bull market tends to pay off when that bull market continues. And of course, if it does get a weekly close below it, you can cut that purchase with a relatively tight stop loss. So far we rallied from 74,000 to 94,000, but we are not yet in the clear because there is still danger here for a complete breakdown. And you can see this better if we go to the daily chart over here and we go back to 2021. Okay, and what we can see here is the same situation. And this is what I want to warn you about a little bit, is that once we had our top in May of 2021, we're coming on May of 2025, right? So you can see we had the top, we dropped back down, which was scary. Then we had a rally, which was very, very strong. And a lot of people obviously thought we were continuing higher. Same situation as we are potentially in now. But you can see that squeeze, that rally, you can call it a dead cat bounce, you can call it a bull trap, whatever you want, complacency shoulder. You can see here, it went exactly to the Fibonacci 0.70% retracement of this move. And then it broke down again and it continued another 50% lower. So that is the potential scenario we basically have to watch out for now, where we are in a situation where we had a breakdown. We sold off from 109,000 to 74,000. Okay, that's quite a drop. Now we have had a strong bounce here off the 50-week moving average, but this is the danger zone for a potential complacency shoulder or a dead cat bounce. So if we reject in this area over here, and this is basically 99,000, call it 100,000. It's also a very nice round psychological number. If we reject up until 100,000, there is still chance it could do what it did in May of 2021 and continue lower into a bear market. But if we can reclaim with a weekly close $100,000, I think we see new all-time highs and continuation. And in that case, probably a continuation leg a bunch higher, maybe 140, 150, 160,000 could be possible. And in that case, we might see a continuation of the bull market into the end of the year, into Q4 of this year, which technically we had a similar situation in previous bull markets. In 2017, the bull market lasted 18 months. We are currently 12 months after the previous halving. So there is a precedent that we could go as long as 18 months, which would take us to about October or November of this year. But we have to clear this level. And at this point in time, I think the assumption should be that this is a complacency shoulder or a bull trap until proven otherwise. So this squeeze went very fast, right? From 74 to 94,000. This left a lot of people sidelined, and you get a lot of people now who are going to be FOMOing back in, who are saying, oh, the bull market is back on. And exactly at these points of mass FOMO, of being sidelined and people just continuing to buy back in or continuing to short because they don't believe it, if that ends up being the top, that is max pain. Then people got sidelined, they got wrecked in the drop, they missed the whole move to the upside, and they get wrecked because they buy the top before it continues to drop. So at this point in time, I would say we need that weekly close, firstly above 94, that would be very nice, but then really the confirmation above this fib golden pocket $100,000. If we can reclaim that, I think there's probably a pretty decent chance we go to 140,000 or higher and potentially continue this bull market in Bitcoin and thus in the rest of the market too, maybe in stock market, maybe in obviously the altcoins too, if Bitcoin continues for that long, until potentially the end of year, October or November. But this remains a potential bull trap, so be careful, don't get caught. And this is one of those situations also where if 3 or 4 weeks ago when Bitcoin was at $74,000, if you were feeling very panicked and you were drawn down big and you were overextended, now the market's back at 94. So just remember how you felt when it was 74 and it looked like it could drop to 50 or 40 or 30, right? What would you have done then? And now, if you have a chance to reduce your position in a profit or break even, of course, it's not financial advice, but this is a good time to reconsider for yourself, what are your options? Are you happy with your exposure? Do you have too much? Do you have too little? That's always good to consider when the market is pumping and not as a panic reaction when the market has dropped 20, 30, 40%. Okay, so that is my thoughts on Bitcoin at this point in time. Let's see what we get here, if this is going to be a complacency shoulder or if this is the real thing and we are going to continue to new all-time highs. I think both are a possibility, but I'm assuming complacency shoulder first and a rejection unless proven otherwise with a close back above $100,000. Let's see what we get. And I will also do an update on the 1st of May because the monthly close will be important this month too. It's looking good. If we get a monthly close, let's have a quick look at that. If we change this to the monthly, you can see here on the monthly, it is looking kind of promising. If we're going to close here at 94,000 or higher for the month, that looks like potential continuation higher. But if somehow the market drops in the next, how many days are in April? I think 30. So we have a week left. If the market drops back and it turns red for the monthly candle, if we drop back to 80,000 before the end of the month, it's going to be bearish again. Okay, so there are both options on the table. The monthly close will obviously tell us more whether we can be bullish or bearish, I think, for the remainder of the year, for the next 6 months or so. If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't done so yet, share it with a friend. I'll see you in the next video.